Consistency, enjoyment, discipline. Those are the qualities that will easily make you pass electrical engineering. Your day currently probably looks like this. You wake up, eat breakfast, and go to school. After school, you go back home and start studying if you feel like it, which you don't. So the day passes by, and after dinner you'll probably quickly finish assigned homework or chatting with a friend. And a few days before your test, you have some of the most stressful time of your life and then barely pass. If you now want to change this, here's what you do. Whenever you want to study, you don't just say, I'll study when I feel like it. Instead, you plan when and where you're going to be studying beforehand. And you're going to have to be specific about it. What exactly are you going to study? Circuit analysis? Or are you going to program an Arduino? What exactly are you going to study for circuit analysis? And what are you going to program? To make this easier, you will design your environment for it. If you know you're going to be studying signals and systems, put your book ready on your desk on the correct page. Put your pen and notebook ready next to it. Open MATLAB on your laptop if you're going to be using it. This will make it way easier to actually start working. These tips work even better if you become part of a group of people who really want to work hard. Those are some tips for becoming more consistent. Consistency is very important if you want to become better. But you need to actually enjoy electrical engineering. Because the truth is, if you don't already do the work, that's because you just don't want it enough. If you really did enjoy electrical engineering, you wouldn't even be watching this video. Instead, you would already be doing the work. If you're just learning about ROM because your teacher told you to, then you're setting yourself up for failure. If you're genuinely curious about what ROM actually is, you're going to easily be an engineer. So how do you enjoy it more? Whenever you need to work, you start thinking about why you want to learn it. I want to learn electrical engineering because I want a job in it. Because I want to make something impressive. Because I want to make money. Each of these things can lead to happiness at times, but just think about it before you start working. To improve this, you should think about how good you've actually already become in electrical engineering. Think back to your first math class and think about how much better you've already become. And then, when you finish a study session, you should be proud of yourself for having completed it. So those are some ways to enjoy the process more. When you don't feel like doing the work, just think about individual steps that you have to take. Maybe writing your MATLAB script is too much, but no matter how tired you may be, even on your worst day, you can still simply open MATLAB. And no matter how bad your day might be, you can still write a header for it. And no matter how tired you may be, you still know how to simply define a few variables that you're going to be using. Just by thinking about the smallest possible steps, you can easily finish it. And then, when you have your study session, you make it really serious time. You aren't going to be on your phone whilst you're studying. And you're going to be looking for the hardest possible challenges whilst you're doing it, with the goal of improving yourself when you're bad at something. When a maths proof or derivation is given, you don't just read it and know it all. You take a pen and a piece of paper and prove it yourself. Any of the material explained should be able to be derived by you. When your study session is over, you need to take a bit of a break. If you really were working hard, you definitely aren't able to just do something very demanding right after it. So that's how you can easily pass electrical engineering. But what if you're different than most people? What if you don't just want to pass, but become one of the best engineers you have ever seen? You should only take the next advice if you're really serious about wanting to become great, because people will think you're weird. But if you follow this advice, it can change your entire life. You should start by planning out your whole day from start to finish. Keep it realistic, but make it the best possible working day you can realistically have, and follow it as best as you can. You can use something like Google Calendar or Notion for this. Now, let's be real, you aren't going to follow this next piece of advice, but if you do, and spend your days working hard and enjoying life, then in a few years you will be thanking me. And I cannot emphasize this enough. This will change your life. So my next advice is, delete any form of social media and delete all of your videos. I'm very, very sure that the negatives you get from social media and video games far outweigh the positives, such as things like hand-eye coordination, or learning from an Instagram post. Delete Instagram, TikTok and any other form of social media, and delete all of your video games. If you really want to use YouTube to learn something, you should at least use some add-ons to not watch videos unrelated to your goal. The add-ons I'm using for YouTube are called DF YouTube and Hide YouTube Thumbnails. Finally, my last piece of advice is do it every single day. Have a few hours every single day where you can work as hard as possible, and do it every single day. The benefit you get from that is, by doing it every single day, you're engraving it into your daily schedule and making it a habit. Keep in mind that all of these things are skills that you actually have to practice to get better at. You can't work very hard for 8 hours straight, nor 7, nor 6, nor 5, nor 4 when you're just starting out. But remember, if you follow these steps, they will change your life.